All right, good afternoon, Coach. Tell us what we should expect from St. Michael this upcoming season.
I think that they are going to be just overall fun to watch. I think just their personalities and the way that they've been working, I think that it's going to be a pretty special season for them. They're very athletic, one of the most athletic teams I've ever coached, so they do some crazy things when you're not expecting it. So I just think it's going to be a fun season. I'm not putting any tough expectations on them, but I do think that they will get as far as they've been working. So.
And Coach, for the people that don't know exactly who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Ashlyn Roberts. I played volleyball at South Alabama for 4 years. I graduated in 2020. I have been in the volleyball world since the womb, I like to say. I went to Sneads High School in Florida, won a couple state championships when I was there, but just a big fan of the sport, and I'm hoping to grow it in this area as much as I can.
Now, have you guys played in the off season anywhere, any tournaments in northern part of Alabama, anywhere else?
Yeah,
where are some of those?
We didn't travel to play over the summer, but we did go to the tournament at the Foley Event Center that McGill hosted, and we played teams from Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and we saw some really good competition. And we had an area play date the other day as well in Mobile at UMS Wright, so we were able to see Orange Beach, Satsuma, and UMS all on the same day to see what our area is looking like. So
Now, the class, which classification you guys are in?
we're 4A.
4A. So you guys see some pretty good teams in 4A.
It's a fun area.
So you played at South Alabama yourself. What keeps you wanting to come back to coach the sport?
It makes me who I am. It's one of the biggest things about me. I come from a volleyball family as well, and growing up, people might think that I was forced into it, but my sister and I both played all the sports, and we were given the option. You can play whatever sport you want, and we'll invest all of our time into this, and it was volleyball. I don't even feel like I'm going to work when I go and we have practice or lifting, and it's a big part of my life.
Now, what was the position you played?
Well, I played a little bit of everything. In high school, I was an outside hitter, and I set just a smidge. And then my South coach recruited me as a libero, even though I never played it before. Got there, and they made me set my first 2 years. And then my junior year, they said, you're going to be the libero. And so my last 2 years, I was the libero at South.
So pretty much you got to be positionless when you go into college. They're going to put you where you fit in.
Yes.
So who do you have here with you today?
I have my senior returning setter, Regan Bashaw, and then I have Ava Bowie. She is our junior middle blocker.
All right. Talk a little bit about these guys.
Well, these guys have really, I started in March, I believe. We started training 2 hours a week. And from that moment till this morning at practice, I have just seen so much growth in them as leaders on the court, but I guess I'll start with Regan. She's a little feisty thing. She honestly could be our libero. She has great ball control, and the space that she has is the face that she always has, even whenever they're running like 5 miles and at 7 o'clock in the morning. She's just bubbly, and just her presence is leadership to me. She's not afraid to speak up to her teammates and tell them what needs to be said. And we're still getting better with that, but they respect her. I mean, she's the returning setter, so we had Reese Skipper. She had to sit last year, and she'll be a senior this year, but Regan was able to see the court last year, so she has that experience, and she's able to take that role as a senior quarterback this year for us, and I'm very, very thankful to have her. And then Ava, she's goofy. But she also is I would say she is like a mom, I think, to me. She is, again, these two are probably the biggest leaders that I had this year, and she's not afraid to say what needs to be said, and the team, or her teammates are able to receive everything that she says. They both ask me questions, and they're, even as, the older girls on the team, they're still open to learning and growing in their position. So she's dabbling in a little outside hitter action, Ava is, and I'm not afraid to play her 6 rotations either because her platform is impeccable. So
All right.
these two are going to make a big impact this year, so I'm excited.
And we've been asking coaches all day this. What's your favorite TV show?
The Office.
The Office.
Hands down. I'm trying
What?
to find a The Office trivia night somewhere so I can go win some money.
The Office. Well, let's go ahead and get your players up here. Whoever wants to go first.
Awesome.
Reagan, Ava.
Regan?
Reagan. All right, all right. So, what can we expect from you this year, young lady?
I think myself, I'm a big leader on the court, and I think I mold with everyone. I think everyone comes together whenever, especially me and Ava, whenever we're on the court. And I think we all work really hard for each position, even if we are thrown in anywhere. I think we work really hard together.
So, what have you done in the off season? To get ready, get yourself ready for the upcoming season.
So I've played club in the past, but I didn't play club this season. But ever since we started, she said in March, it was go time. I think we all worked very hard, and even conditioning was very hard, and we pushed ourselves in the weight room and all this summer. And I think I'm really ready for this season.
So, with some of the younger players coming up behind you, what are some of the things you tell those guys to get them ready for a season like you guys are gonna have?
I say just be excited because you never know what could happen. You could fall out of love with the sport or something like that. So you should always be excited and be able to be friends with the girls that you have. And it's just a great sport, and they all should love it.
Now, have you now being one of the senior people on the team, you ever had to kind of get on to some of the younger girls, or?
I think they all work equally hard. I've never really had to get onto them. I think I give them constructive criticism, but I've never gotten onto them.
Constructive criticism. That's a good word. Any time that you've been on the court and coach has given you guys a play or whatever that to do, where you saw, well, that's not going to work anyway. You get that's to be able to change the play on the fly.
I think whatever Coach Ash throws at me and the hitters, I think we can do whatever. And if it messes up, we'll just try it again until we make it work.
Now, what's your position?
I'm a setter.
You're the setter. Okay. So now a lot of today, what I've seen, there's with your height, a lot of players play not on that front line or anything or at the center position. Mm-hmm. They're playing. They're like a defensive specialist, pretty much playing on the outside. What for you to be able to play that position that coach has you in? What does it take from you outside of the court, in your own personal time to do training to make sure you're able to do what coach wants you to do out there on that court?
It definitely makes me a better listener. I definitely have to listen to my hitters and see what they want and stuff. And I have to work harder to be faster because you have to be fast to play that position. So I think that's really what I work on.
Any beach volleyball?
No, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well,
She's just an athlete now.
well, what I've learned today is that the players that do play beach volleyball, they're quicker on the inside game.
We worked out whenever we had our retreat, and we worked out in the sand for 15 minutes. And I thought we did okay for our first time working out in the sand, but Coach Ash was like, y'all are looking rough. And we are fast on that court. We are fast, but in the sand it was a whole new. I could not do it.
So what can you tell me about your teammate there with you?
Ava is great. I think we match energy really well. She's an amazing middle, and we just every time I set the ball, it just clicks whenever she hits it. And she's not afraid to tell me if she wants to set better, and she's just really good at talking to me and stuff. So I think we get along really well.
So what game you looking forward to this year?
So for senior night, we play Orange Beach, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to probably play Bayside.
Everybody want to play Bayside, man. Now, you said you guys are 4A, but so Bayside is going to be a non-conference game for you.
It'll be non-conference.
Because they moved to 6A.
I think they went, or no, they moved up.
Yes, they moved to 6A. There's a lot of 6A teams that have been here today. They looking forward to playing them too as well. Well, appreciate it. Get your teammate on up here. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll see a lot of that on the volleyball court.
Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into volleyball and why you like playing volleyball so much.
So I started out as a gymnast, which is really weird because I'm really tall, and that lasted until about 7th grade. And then I played basketball for like middle school, and it was okay. I wasn't great, but then I ended up trying out for St. Michael volleyball and St. Michael basketball, and then I played my first year of volleyball in 8th grade on the JV team, and then after that, my freshman year, I got put on varsity, and then from then on, I've just really enjoyed playing, and then I started playing club volleyball to help me improve in the off season, and I think that's really helped me a lot because I haven't had as much like coaching experience, so like being able to play club and have different like voices telling me new things was really helpful for me.
Which volleyball club was it?
I play for Eastern Shore Volleyball Club.
And who's the coach with?
Coach Schilling.
Oh, that is her club.
Yes.
Oh, you familiar with Coach Casey then?
Yes.
That means she know your players, coach. But anyway, long story short, they still got to perform on the court. So all the training, does the club prepare you for high school play when you come back? Only reason I'm asking because you get to play a lot of different teams from all over the country, and you go into these big tournaments. How has that helped you improve your game?
It's definitely helped me playing with other girls that aren't on my school team. So like being able to get used to those people, like new passers, new setters, new people hitting next to me has really helped me, and having different coaches telling me more things that I didn't already know is really helpful for me.
Now, playing in the club league, was there some kind of, and all those things you're saying, so it sounds like you had to kind of deal with some little adversities, because you weren't familiar with those players, and you weren't that familiar with the coaches. But here with Coach Roberts, how has her tutelage helped you out, also being able to fit in her system and her style of play?
It has helped me a lot. Like I feel like this year, like I've already gotten so much better this summer than I have like the past 2 or 3 years that I've been playing volleyball. And like there's just new drills, new things that I haven't heard before, or new things that are really like emphasized and that I didn't really know about before. And so it's really helped me being able to have a new coach.
Anything, does coach ever throw you guys a curveball at practice or something?
We've been doing a lot of conditioning and weightlifting, so that's been like new for me because we go for like 4 hours a day doing stuff like that, 2 hours of practice, hour of conditioning, an hour of weightlifting. So that's definitely new for me and probably new for the younger girls because they didn't have that before.
Well, she played at that college level, so she definitely knows. So it's going to be survival of the fittest. Now, normally y'all play, at least 2 games every time you schedule, or y'all just playing just that once? 2 sets? How many sets y'all normally play in a game?
School is 3 out of 5.
Woo, that's a lot of volleyball. That's a lot.
They're gonna be up to the test in that
Oh,
fifth
yeah.
set.
That's a lot of volleyball. So who are you looking forward to play this season?
I'm looking forward to the tri-match with Daphne and Bayside because I play on a club team with girls that play for those schools, so I think it's really cool to play against the people that you play with. So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, which position you like to play the most? I think you probably play more than just one position.
Well, I've been a middle because I'm tall. That's just kind of where they put me when I started. But I really do enjoy like hitting right side or hitting outside. It's just a lot of fun.
Right side or outside. You got a favorite TV show?
Not really.
Books?
I've been reading my summer reading books, so that's all I really have time for.
Okay, so the younger kids coming up behind you guys, like I asked your teammate, what's some of the things that personally you teach them or talk to them about?
Well, I used to be the younger one on the team. Like, as a freshman and sophomore on varsity, like, it's hard for me to realize now that, like, I am the older one and there is younger ones. So for me, it's like, you just have to put confidence in them and let them know, like, it's okay for them to be a leader too. Like, you don't just have to listen to the people because they're older than you. Like, if you want to, like, become a leader in the future, you start now. And I think that's really important for them to know.
So, and this question be for both of y'all. What y'all think about your coach?
She is amazing. Like, we could not have asked for someone better.
Like, there was so many different things we could have, like, expected and, like, been scared of, but I think it was really the perfect fit for her.
All right, guys. Well, good luck on your season this year. Thank you guys coming out today.
Thank you.
All right.